Hello and welcome to another layout update video. It's been a while since the last one, but been busy with work and then went away on holiday, so finally back at it today. Since the last video, all I've done really is pinned down the track, and then today's video I'm going to look at the bridge area and looking at putting a bit of landscape either side of it so I can get that securely in place, and then hopefully move on to ballasting at another time. But things are going well, and hopefully get the bridge area done like I said today, and then we can move on to the next section. So this is the bridge section. As you can see, this is actually meant to be a bridge for the cars to go underneath and the trains to go on top, but I'm using it the other way around just because it suits my needs and that's what I've got. So I need to fill up this side with a bit of to get the right side, and then I need to do the same on the other side but not as much. And then this side obviously is going to be scenic, and this side not too bothered. I might add scenic sides to it at a later stage, but all I'm bothered about is this side at the minute. So what I've got an old sleeve for, I think it was Lima coach maybe, which is roughly about the same height I need roughly. So I'm going to look at using that, especially for the back side, and then this side I've got some other polystyrene which I can cut and chop down, and then we can go from there. All I'm doing, I've put the polystyrene underneath just so I can use the bridge as a template. I'm going to draw around the edges, then cut it out, and hopefully that will give me roughly the right sort of shape for the back side, and then we might potentially do the same on the other side, but we'll see how the back one goes first. So 5 to 10 minutes later, we have some sort of structure on this side. So if I go this way, you can see the slope, which then I will add in some cardboard probably just to give it a slope. Then we can go over texture. Road side it's a little bit higher, but if I push down you can bend it, so that will be fine, so happy with that. And then from that view, yeah, so you won't be able to see, this will be all filled in, so yeah, that will hopefully do the trick. I've glued these together. This side I'm not too bothered, but I'll probably just put a bit of card in it just to make it look a bit tidy when you're looking at this side. And I've got this little section here which I can just add something in if I want to, so that's not too difficult. And then I've got the other side to do, but I'm going to concentrate on this side, get this side all done, make sure that it all works fine, and then as long as that's fine, I then will do the other side at a later date. So that's a rough template now in place. Just add a bit of card on that side, and then I've added a bit of card on the inside, just add a bit of strips to this. So it's roughly at the right height now, which is good. And then obviously I need to add foliage to it, paint it all, then hide the gaps, make it a bit neater at the bottom so it fits better, but roughly you have no idea of how it's going to look, so that's not a bad start. So there is more or less the final design before painting and etc. So I've added a little bit more on this end. I need to tidy all this up obviously, but masking tape the main structure to make it more solid, so it's nice and solid. Got a slight hill coming up the same sort of size as the bridge, then we can put foliage on, grass, a fence, do some roads as well. But when you're looking from this way, obviously it needs to be tidied up a bit, but you can't see behind it there unless you look through the bridge. So quite happy with that. So need to just paint that up now and then move on to the next stage. So I've now spray painted it black. I was going to do it brown, but I've run out of brown. And then this is going to be on the hillside, so PVA glued it all, and now I've just got to put on a range of different stuff on. So I've got some of this for example, and then I've got some other foliage clumps, different colours to vary it up. So just apply and then let it dry. And there's the basic layer to start with, and then all I'm going to do with just some hairspray is just spray over it, and it just hopefully gives it another extra layer of hold. And then I will add in some other bits and bobs onto that. So I've also got these as well, which I can add a couple on just to add a bit more variation, which would be nice. But then we'll have a look at doing the road and the fencing once this is dried. And here we are, the next day. So as you can see, it's progressed quite nicely. I've added all the foliage in. I've added some different coloured flowers, add different colours. So I've got dark green, light green foliage, yellow and red, and then I've got these ones as well. And then I've got to tidy this side up. I've not done this side because I don't plan on having scenery this side. So you can see the road going over across. A couple of fencing I've added in. It's not the greatest, but it should do the job. And then on the other side I've added in another one that needs tidying up a bit more, and a bit more foliage adding in. Same on this one, but the idea is there. And then as you can see the slope. And then I've got this, which is going to be like a mini sort of car park area. This is sandpaper just painted, so it's got sort of a rough texture to it. Hopefully that comes across. And then I need to add a bit of foliage here, so at the end of the hill, and just around the corner of the bridge. And then I think I might got a tree which I can put in as well, which I think will just hide the join between the hill and the bridge quite nicely. I quite like that. And then we can add a few other bits and bobs in, but overall I'm quite happy with that, how it's come out. Bit of work to be done, just need to push that back sort of roughly right back to place. So I've not glued any of this down. Don't plan gluing this down until I've just sorted all this out bit, but yeah, overall not too bad. So I've just moved the bridge area out of the way. I've got this little section here, which is going to be in front of this section. I've decided I'm going to add just a little bit of static grass just here, quite long grass, so it's not like it's kept, just to try and blend it in nicely with here. And then this car park, so this little bit of section, be a bit wild, tree here, and then I'm going to have a container which I can open the doors on here. I can have a workman going in and out, and maybe put props in it, so if I want to open and close the door in it, I can do. And then we're going to have a fence about here to block off the railway from the car park. So let's get on with some static grass. So I just need to now let that dry, but if I can go down to sort of that level, and this, I think this is 5 or 6 mil. So yeah, so clean all the rest up, and then when I put that back in front of it, it should hopefully blend in quite nicely. So that's about it for today's video. As you can see, we're getting there slowly. Got a few more things to obviously do, but it's created a nice scene so far. So hopefully we add a few more. I need to add a bit more to the static grass area, I think. And then obviously I need to glue down the hillsides and the bridge at some point. But then we can look at ballasting that section when we get to it as well. Add the fence in, add the tree, add a few cars, and then add a few dirty patches to the car park surface area, and then that little area will hopefully be more or less done. So hopefully catch you on the next one, then thanks for watching.